What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with an opportunity and update for you all on JAGX, Jaguar Health, one of our plays that we have been on for a little while. So I want to give you guys the update on the investor webinar that occurred on Thursday, January 14th. But in addition to that, I also want to, say thank you, everybody, for all the continued love and support you are giving me. So the channel is growing, the family is growing, the Your Pop family, the Your Pursuit of Purpose family. Because again, the Discord has been growing. Everyone has just been so kind in the comments. And so I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And as always, if you are interested in any of the things that I've mentioned in previous videos, the Webull, if you're interested in getting 4 free stocks, use the description in the comment section below. If you haven't signed up before, especially if you're a Robinhood user, it's great that you use Robinhood, but Webull does allow you to trade in the pre and aftermarket, which I think gives it that, the X factor that Robinhood doesn't have. So again, I am a user of both, but feel free to decide on that if you would like. Now let's get right into the presentation on JAGX. So just quick here, let me make myself a little smaller. So I'll be a little tiny today, but again, here's what we need to know about the webcast. So first and foremost, conditional marketing in Europe. So we talked about this as a rumor, that one of the 4 rumors that we're looking for is this expanded use in the European area, the European countries for COVID long haul patients. So again, the company is expending resources with international regulatory experts to prepare a regulatory package for the EMA, European Medicines Agency, Swiss Medic and Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA, of the United Kingdom as part of the company's efforts to put a plan in place to pursue conditional approval for this potential COVID-related indication for Crofelemer. So we mentioned that Crofelemer is one that is currently used, Mytesi is the brand name, being used for individuals who are using ART, antiretroviral therapy. So those who have HIV, oftentimes they do have chronic diarrhea as part of their unfortunate manifestation of the disease. Now again, with this medication, it has helped a lot of them without causing constipation, which is a huge issue with antidiarrheals. Now they want to expand that to hopefully get approval in use for COVID long haulers and having their chronic diarrhea within that population. So pretty big there. That is actually going to check off one of the rumors that we've been hearing, that now potentially is going to be a true, one of the true things that it looks like the company is going for. Now, on January 13th, 2021, another thing mentioned on their webinar, Jaguar Health has entered into a securities purchase agreement with institutional investors. Again, I talked about it a little bit, with the sale of 4.4 million shares of common stock at a purchase of $3.38 per share for gross proceeds of approximately $15 million in registered direct offerings, priced above the market under NASDAQ. Now, when we see registered offerings at above the value of its current price, that means that, again, that's pretty exciting. Usually when we see direct offerings or share liquidation, especially like things like NNDM, that we've seen a lot of them, or even NEO lately, NIO, we've seen that they usually price the offering lower than market value. Now, when we see it higher, that's pretty promising. Again, so something to consider when we think about this direct offering that was made. Next, and again, there's only about 6 slides total. Crofelemer or Mytesi expanded labeling. So, Crofelemer as a pipeline within a product, the company believes that each potential follow-on indication is under development, including cancer therapy-related diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, functional diarrhea, and inflammatory bowel disease or IBS, and rare disorders such as short bowel syndrome and congenital diarrheal disorders. So the company is working very diligently, and they're doing a lot of the research that they can, and because they want to expand the labeling with the FDA. To get approval, of course, they have to go through some regulatory processes, which they are doing right now with Europe in the expansion for their anti-diarrheal. But again, when it comes to the expansion for FDA labeling, you have to show proof and show that this has potential in that population by completing clinical studies. First, going through the NIH, the National Institute of Health, and their regulations that they have in place. So again, if this occurs, all this means is that Mytesi is going to be having expanded FDA labeling, which means the total addressable market grows, guys. So with any drug and any medication, it typically starts off as it has one labeled indication because that is what was studied in clinical trials, or multiple if that's what was studied in clinical trials. For this one here, again, an ART, antiretroviral therapy, in patients with HIV, a very specific group of individuals, which has a decent total addressable market, but they want to expand that to all these. If this ends up happening and they get the approval, again, as a botanical proprietary blend type of medication for diarrhea, a lot of people are going to want this, and I am sure of that. So again, pretty important to keep in mind. Now, Napo EU, guys, this is what I am most excited for, aside from the expanded labeling. Napo EU is the proposed target of a special purpose acquisition company. This has been a rumor for a while now, and it looks like they are actually going for it. Napo EU is expected to be established in Italy in the next few weeks, not months. And again, JAGX met with about 150 European institutional investors in 4 countries and 6 cities. So, more than one potential SPAC sponsor has expressed interest in potential Napo EU target. Guys, that is what we're looking for. If Napo Pharmaceuticals, again, a direct subsidiary of JAGX, JAGX is the umbrella company, and then Napo is below them, which if Napo does well, JAGX does well. We just know that is a fact because, again, it is all kind of the same it is the same company. So if this occurs, we know that this is going to be huge. And again, they are looking to do this ASAP. It looks like Napo EU is expected to be established in Italy in the next few weeks, mentioned in their webinar, not months. So guys, this news could very well be official as soon as mid-February. Who knows? We will see. Let's just stay tuned and hang on tight for the ride. Last but not least, the COVID long haulers. So they plan to pursue conditional marketing authorization in Europe for COVID-related indication because it may add additional value to such indication. So I touched on that back here with the conditional marketing in Europe, but touched on it again because, again, this is something that is very short-term. We're looking for it right now. So this can happen at any moment as soon as the European countries decide that this is something okay after it passes all the regulatory steps. So everyone, let's go back and let's look at the price target. So let me switch to this here. Now again, I'm not doing this for financial advice. Don't forget that. I am just a pharmacist that is very interested in stocks. I'm interested in pharmaceutical companies. And this one here looks like it has some potential. So a lot of people were worried again when that dip occurred back on Thursday. Again, around the time of their meeting, people were like, what is going on? What's happening? But guys, don't let these things phase you. Don't let these volatile days phase you. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I doing this for financial advice. I think I've already mentioned that. But guys, this Jaguar Health, because some of these rumors are starting to finally not become rumors anymore, rather news and something more public and official, we might see this stock surge. We might see more institutional investors, big hedge funds, bigger sharks, not like us, the smaller dogs, start investing in these companies. So we need to keep this on our radar, keep it on our watch list, because again, I truly think that we might see some pretty magnificent price movement in the coming future. So guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. And until next time, keep investing.